I thought this was kind of interesting, and this has a little bit to do with what we were talking about earlier. Shuhei Yoshida, Broshida, as some people call him now, who is just a lovable guy. Everybody likes this guy from Sony. He doesn't quite understand only wanting AAA games. He had an interview with a website called Games Industry in response to there being too many indies and not enough AAA at E3 and stuff like that. And here's what he had to say. I do realize there are certain reactions like that, but that's nothing new to me. What's important is the variety that we're offering. Almost every week you see an indie game coming out digitally on PS4. Some of them are really, really interesting, beautiful games. We're fortunate that they are creating games on PS4, and some of them are choosing to launch their console versions on PlayStation first. It's fortunate, it really helps. When you compare it to the launch of PS3, we had a very small number of digital games. They were very limited in terms of numbers, and many of them were arcade classics at that time. Now they're original concepts. I hear complaints about the lack of AAA games. I do realize that some people are only interested in big budget AAA games. I don't really understand those people. I don't know if they've tried some of the indie games and they've decided they're not interested. Maybe they haven't tried. That's a key question. With Resogun, which we offered for free for a very long time on PlayStation Plus, not every PlayStation Plus member downloaded it. And that's a great, great game. That's a key question for us. And you've heard me talk about it. Resogun is one of the best games on PlayStation.
Right.
And if you're not getting it just because it's $10 when it's not free, then you're missing out on an amazing game. Not every game needs to be a $60 AAA title. Like, Resogun is amazing, and you are missing out on a great game. So I completely agree with this, and we're going to keep talking about it. Go ahead.
I don't think it's that great.
You haven't played it.
It looks so stressful.
That's the point.
So here's the thing. There's a difference. So Kristen, I'm going to give you credit for being able to sit there and watch people play games, because I can't. I get too bored and anxious, and I want to play them.
Yeah.
And Drew gets the same way.
Kristen just doesn't understand that some games are meant to be stressful.
Right.
Well, I don't want to be even more stressed out in my downtime.
That's fine. That's fine. You don't have to be.
And there's a lot of people that are like that. And that's why games like Animal Crossing and Harvest Moon and all the Sims. That's why games like that exist, because they're a way to get away somewhere else. Yeah. But there is a strategy. It's almost like sports.
Yeah.
This is our substitute for playing basketball, because I obviously don't play it.
In real life, Berkey agrees with you.
Yes.
He or she thinks it's too stressful as well. And also, Ruff is rich, just so we know. So Ruff, we'll keep track of you in the chat room. Cool. Thanks so much for your call, man.
Here's the thing. Why would I want to get so worked up that I throw controllers and start sweating? That isn't fun. It's
not fun for some people. I understand what you're saying.
We get it. And I'm not saying that you're wrong.
No,
I'm just saying
you're not wrong.
There's different gamers. There's a lot of different gamers.
I'm somebody that likes that. It's addictive, and you want to beat your story. Yeah, I was playing a demolition run the other day, and I realized when I lost that I hadn't blinked for 10 minutes, and my eyes were watering and bloodshot. Because you cannot blink by the time you get to the very end of demo mode.
Right.
You cannot. You may not even be breathing. You don't even realize it, that you stop breathing and blinking.
Drew, I'm sorry, but we're going to need to stage an intervention. Because
this is how you get to 23 in the world.
This sounds an awful lot like self-torture or something. It's just like,
it's just a sensory overload.
Like,
it's so much fun.
Come home one night from work to you with like your eyes propped open, like in a Clockwork Orange, and you're just
like, breathe.
You know what? I enjoy it. I enjoy the adrenaline rush. It's what I enjoy. I understand it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
But I will say that you are very much missing out on a lot of games if you are looking at $50, $60 price tags and saying, oh, those are the AAA games, and not buying $10 games because they're done by small little studios. Child of Light is another example. Child of Light is 15, I think, bucks. That's a great RPG. You're going to get like 10 hours of content out of that. That's that's a full length game for a lot of people. So another game you'll be missing out on is Child of Light. So I know a lot of people in this room are not like that. I hope that anyone who is like that, they might try and open up your horizons a little bit, broaden your horizons, and look into those games a little bit, especially if they're free with PlayStation Plus, because you've got nothing to lose. So, all right, a little bit of a rant.